Hello, and welcome to 9 August 2026. I have a second, I was like, are we muted? And then I'm like, no, I think we're good. Yeah, there we go. Please, welcome, one and most. If you're discerning enough. There are options up in the nosebleed section for the most spectacular workers and lurkers, because if you're not fun to be in the background, are you really fun enough? And there are options up in the front rows for the peanut gallery, the most spectacular chat this side of 3i Atlas, because space cats. And you are here with me, the one, the only Felix Electra, because I'm so vain. I show up 3 times a week. Saturday, Sundays at noon, and Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Pacific time. I'm so vain. The only one watching me is me on 3 different channels. Yes. So it's just as well that I'm going to begin today's adventures with some Susie and the Stitch Rippers. Because did I spend time last night and hand-based all the pieces in, and then looked at it and was like, why are these seams so bulky? When, if I was Phoenix, you could just figure out how to open up a window. The seams on the original are so flat and nice, and what did you do wrong? And I was looking and I said to myself, I do believe we made our sandwiches inside out. So, here we are, where we left off, and where I thought I'd moved us past last night. Unless that is not the case. Though I do regret not having the boning pulled out a little bit, so our picture of our reinterpretation with the original was more exact. Not that they used plastic synthetic baleen and or Sherwin-Williams paint sticks glued together as their center bust, but well, some things are just more differently acquired. The same is true on the hips, isn't it? Let me consult my reference. You're welcome. Maybe next time I'll open up a link. It's really selfish for a second. I wanted to look at the hips a little bit closer to see if I need to change the seam finish there as well. You know what, let's just start with the bust gores, because I know. Yeah, so what am I foffing about? The way the pictures for for the seam and sandwiches for this device, because support and sailor talk, that the gore piece was supposed to be the inside of the sandwich, with the bread that gets folded over being the main body of the piece. And I have my sandwich inside out, so I have the main body flat and the seam and the gore turned inwards toward itself, but the pictures are the other way. So let's start our correction on an easy piece, which is going to be this hip gore. Also, this makes more sense when you go for making the boning channels, because I was faffing about yesterday that I didn't have enough room. I do have enough room. It's just, it's put together wrong. And I'm doing it for the 5 gajillionth time because I had a 30-second thought of, oh, this will be a simple, easy corset. And those words are always a lie. So now I've unpicked this hip gusset, so that's, or gore, whatever. I don't know the difference. This is not an educational channel. It's a shit talking sewing channel. And Circus sometimes with cats, because what all the good circuses had an animal act. That's why. Alright, here is the hip. And I'm going to, because I was so good, not only did I hand whip stitch these pieces in, I then took out the spritzer, took out the iron. Hey, handsome! How are you doing, honey? Why don't you come say hello? Hello? Meow, 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 looking for... Alright, where was I? And... oh, right, I was bewowing the story of Phoenix, thinking she had done it correctly, only to realize we were incorrect. So now I'm just flattening out these pieces because these are going to get set in flat, and the part that's going to flip over is going to be, it's going to be like this. So all that soften it out, and it... yeah, so I think I might do 3 and then do the last layer. It needs to go like this. Are we just gonna have another show of jokes of I get welcome to Pullouts Part 2. Alright, let's get stuck in. Let's make sure I'm oriented in the right direction. Because you use also the seam on the outside, you cover it over when you're stitching over to make the boning channels, because there's copious amounts of them. Why am I questioning all of my life choices right now? Maybe 2 of the same piece. What? Welcome to Phoenix has been awake way too long, and now we're having with our existential crises. Yeah, this is center. Okay, hold on a second. Mouse. Even my mouse is trying to commit suicide. Can you get back here? See, this is why we're wired in. If I had a wireless mouse, the amount of times I would have. Ah, yes, we'd be spending time on our hands and knees, frequently trying to collect the mouse from the floor because it would be thrown overboard. This side. And this is the center back, like this. And this side and this is the center back. I do have the wrong piece somehow. Alright, well, that's... Here I was thinking I was just gonna recut it because I fucked up on the top on the bust gores, but let's... It's just slow, we're gonna start our corrections at the bottom. Oh, good. I think I lost my pieces again. You know, are they behind you? Because you always throw your pieces behind you. You saw that we had pieces here, right? This is why I don't cut stuff out until I absolutely need it. I should probably come back to chat. Not that chat's super chatty right now. Weird. Walking up to bed. Excellent. No, this part of the sandwich. No. Here's my two rings. Here's the rings from the sandwich. What if that sandwich making is so complicated? Jesus Christ. Only the world of Corset. I'm retarded. Okay. This piece goes here. It goes flat. This top piece needs to go like this. I'm going to stitch these 3 layers together, and then we're going to figure out how we need to flip it and twist it and love it again to get the final piece stitched. I know. No, Phoenix. Let's just have the sounds of Sweet Singer 27 lull us into someplace that's not a disaster. We're gonna move everything from behind me on the chair to my right hand. Nope, that's my left, and I did sit on a pin just now. Who knew the excitements and hazards and perils that are they can have at a sewing show? Live danger spectacles. Is my needle threaded? Just watch. Oh, that's good. Why are you sewing? Don't be so retarded. No, actually, reduce. Don't. I'm just going to trim. Please, let's not have a repeat of yesterday's stitching. I want. So first, but don't hold your breath. No, why did you just do it? No, you're looking. Mike, don't touch anything that you're not supposed to. Now we gotta. Okay, that's the right spot for you. I don't want you in my head. I don't want you touching. Oh, you don't. You also don't need to be like right in my piece. So that's good. I'm going to stop. Oh, we're going to make 2 more stitches. Okay, like 5. Pick up the presser foot, because then we still have to have this flat portion. Okay. Scratch that. I'm just gonna call that seam good. We're gonna open it up and see what's going on. Alright. So now I'm gonna finger press. Scratch that. We're gonna unpick this whole thing because the thread was upside down and these stitches did not fold, and I need this to add some structure and support. You failed at your one mission in life stitches. I should have known that today was going to be funny when I was up by 7, left the house by 9. Oh, and then scheduled our show, restarted the computer. Oh yeah. Okay, because this is the sunny side. Let's try this again. I don't. Where's that? And I flipped over everything. Now I'm going to open you up. And then okay. There's this sandwich. There's this piece. There's that piece. I think we're going to take a couple stitches. Yep. And another case of more retarded stitches. So who's touching where you're not supposed to? You're flowing appropriately. Let's turn you upside down again because you're the problem child. Am I driving too? Oh, actually, it won't. Stand by. Bleep, 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 bleep. Oh, don't you even. Wouldn't this. Huzzah. No, not you. Yeah, oh, do you see that? Let's do something sensical. I'm holding in my left hand a package of denim needles. You know who's sewing through a shit ton of denim and probably wants something sharp, fresh, sharp, and pointy? Oh! How is that? Am I less in the dark? I don't know. Well, you can see there I am without the lights, and now I'll show up momentarily after you distract me with the lights. Wait, you're flowing. I'm changing the needle now. You are going down. Is it? We do have 2 layers plus 2 layers of the cotton. And then some more. Well, here, baby. I'm trying to get this needle threaded. I don't have my glasses. I was gonna try to hand you my glasses, but then I was like, they will hate me even more because I can't get this needle threaded if I can't. Okay, one denim needle threaded. I am just going to take Phoebe in the river. But at least I don't touch anything too much. We should have maintained our orientation. Ooh. Gusset feet flat. And the sandalwood will be on the outside. And then we use all of the boning also to reinforce all of these seams because the channels are going to be made from these seams, which is what I knew was going to happen. But for some reason, it doesn't matter where we are. Hopefully we're sewing. These stitches are not should-be stitches. Nope. You are still shinning the bed stitches. Should be enough. Alright, let's get rid of you, re-thread you over here so I can add some more finesse to our tensioning. No bueno. Some days. So weird projects just are a little bit funny. I guess we're having one of those days today. But everything else is maybe I think if we dare we might have to encourage some more chatters and not just workers and workers, because I spied with my little eyes yesterday at least 3 bright red Che d'Arbos in the garden. I am quite excited by this development. I'm not sure if I've tried them. I'm not sure if we should be foolish and eat an entire one. Try the live first one from the garden, but no, there's something down here. It's not quite right. Oop. Get back here, bullet bobbin. Alright, actually, hold on. Are you my problem? Are you a little piece of fluff my problem? Where's my forceps, Igor? You're mad to me. Yeah. Nice guy. What a piece of fluff. Bobbin. No, it doesn't look like much. But you never know. This could have been all... Hey! You don't need to be so jumpy. Just chillax on your nervous system. Welcome to Did You Jump, or are you going to be prepared? Noisy, unexpected circumstances. How quick did your nervous system recover? This is a drill. Hey! I thought we were done with the dropsies for a little while. I guess not. Oh, what? Alright, let's pick up our tools. Make sure nobody's touching where they're not supposed to. Rip out these stitches yet again. We have to like the 5 million. I've lost track of how many times. Hey, handsome, I really am feline in the mood for an emotional abuse support cat. Could you please sing them a song? Come on, honey. That wasn't working. I wasn't feeling that one. Wolfie, what are you in the mood for? That sounds like a perfect piece. Come on. Oh! Nervous system recovered. You're not the cat I was calling for. You're the cat I got. You're the cat that I got. Meow, meow, meow. You are the one I got. Meow, meow, meow. And you're the fur I need. You're the fur I need. You're the one that I got. Meow, meow, meow. Alright, dude. I don't have snacks yet. We've not actually stitched anything. Alright, you just chillax over there, alright, dude? I gotta think this is... I gotta think, are we actually gonna do this? It still doesn't sound right. Yeah. It's still not quite right, but we justify it in... We need to get this done. We're gonna top stitch over it, so these are not gonna be the... Oh, well that's an angle. Hey, can you stay out of my plants? Anyway. Well, thanks for stopping by, dude. Now the bobbin's all big jacked out. Oh, because you are all jacked out. So that looked like, so that time the top looked good, but the bobbin thread was looped around underneath the casing inappropriately, so theoretically now we should be using the stitches again. There we go. Oh, let me unpin this. That's part of my problem. Just taking a second, because now I'm going across the flat section, which is in essence the bottom of the split. I can do some massaging here if I need to. Oh, Mike, I'm sorry, I'm beating you up at the top of my head. Just doing a little fabric wrestling, because sometimes you just have to do it. Just trying to like massage that flat corner, because the... Oh, don't. No, come on, baby. Just drive. Lose. How'd I lose? Where'd I lose my guts on my sandwich too? Oh, there you go. Of course. I only have 2 pieces and I'm supposed to have 4. Where'd you go? Ooh, more fabric. So the pieces are in the same orientation, and I'm just finding everybody, massaging it, and continuing. And now I'm stitching in the things that were in here for other things are really just inhibiting my ability to twist and turn, manipulate my materials. So once we've done this one, we have 5 more to do to fix. I'll get there. You can only fix one at a time. And then we have 2 arms. We're not the hydropus. I don't have all of my tentacles and all of the things. I'm gonna make sure everything's covered nicely. Remember, for the longest time, just gave very narrow seam allowances, and I didn't understand why I would waste material. It's such a useless thing, but here we are. We should have one nicely sewed board without retardedness. You know what we have now? One nicely sewed gourd without all the retardedness that we had yesterday. And the sandwich pieces are on the outside, because then I'm going to use all of that material. It's nice and flat and flush, and the gore, all this bulk is going to be utilized and hidden and stitched over for the boning channels, and it's going to be glorious. This little pressing and the boning channels will just fix all that. Alright, one down, on to the next one. Let's save the last, hip one for last, because that'll feel like a treat after we've gone through it. I need some Chernobyl water and a pep talk. On to throw the mouse overboard again. You're welcome. So we have to do the same thing for this one. I think it will be easiest to, again, I started an unpicked one from the side, but I think to do the stitching from the center out again will make the most sense. So let us begin by unpicking this central one. And to be honest, stitching it the correct way with the gussets flat is so much easier than there's no, if you're pulling out, you're doing it incorrectly. And you're sewing the gussets for this 1840's corset. We've said gussets like this before on this show, so it's not like, but for some reason my brain like retarded it out. I was like, I don't think I was really looking at the picture. I keep looking at it, but not that one detail like completely escaped me until I was holding it in my hand last night after I took out the ironing board, I took out all my pressed the ham, I took out the sausage, I had all of the sewing food tools at my disposal. I don't even think I figured it out until this morning, to be frank. Regardless, it took a while, but and then theoretically, once I think besides setting in that which is to be the grommet, is a hard plastic cutting board going to absorb enough that I could use it? If people are using it's probably PNC or plastic. Phoenix, you are not really saying words. So I stayed up too late and was watching this Polish leather worker, and he was hammering in the holes for the sewing guides on what in essence to my brain looked like a plastic cutting board. I really wish I hadn't cut these. I don't want to. It'll be fine. I'm like, don't worry. I'm not cutting it. But it's right there. No. Am I gonna hate myself if I don't? No. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. I need to re-consult the picture again. 3. Short that long. One so hopefully all that accidental cutting will just get caught up in the seams and they won't hate it. They won't hate that I'm like, why didn't you take the time to just recut that whole piece to fix that one little rough up? Don't want to. Just want to sew it. Right, so this part is that. And sew that. No. Just gonna re-flatten the pieces out again and then walk through like I did last time for my brain so I can figure out if there is an easier way. And then there's a way that makes my life differently challenging. I'm sorry of getting the stitching stitched. lined up. Little 4 pieces. The hard part right now is because I did take the time to press it, but at least, actually, you know what? We're gonna call it a win. I pressed myself. The Phoenix, you only sew if the machine is threaded. Bleep. Too many technical difficulties. Do I have I left my notebook of topics? Everything's stupid. The end. Make stuff. Oh, know somebody else who's getting the regular fire updates or your local equivalent and or listening to the scanner stations. You don't make an island onto yourself. Oh, you might feel better. Where's my tools? Okay. Oh, what was I getting? Oh, at Phoenix. That is where that train got derailed. So I was getting at plastic cutting board to use that to hammer in the large grommets or to figure out what 1, 2, welcome 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, because I don't have a scrap piece of iron. I do have scrap leather for the suggestion that was from Alibaba. I hope he's doing okay. Hello! I hope he's okay, because, man, does that man know just about everything. Okay, we didn't ship that on that line of stitches. Let's continue. No. Just because we didn't, we're trying not to invite troubles. Oops, Mike, you are really trying to beat me up right now. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, shimmy buttons. I'm just gonna set in a little bit deeper. We're gonna. Nope, okay. Wow, yep, I know, it's super fascinating watching the insides of Phoenix's brain cells. Sorry that we are, like, completely creeps. What do I want to do? Phoenix, what are you doing? Do this one. That. Oh. We are still doing a 3-dimensional jigsaw puzzle. You know what? I am going to do a quick little back stitch and then reorient myself and finish that line of stitches. I think I'll like myself better, and it will make more sense where I'm supposed to be. Oh, I did rotate. Do I? I think I'm gonna recut it because I really fucked up when I thought I was doing the right thing and I cut underneath the little tabs when I really just needed to leave it, and you just open it flat and stitch because of the way you fold it. So I can either figure out where my pieces are and recut it, or I can work on the shirt that I also have cut and started, and we can sew some binding strips together. I think we're gonna pivot because I learned something. We've got some more scrap fabric. I'm gonna be able to actually, you know what? Alright. I'm going to do the other hip gore, however, because that I can do. We'll harvest all the bust gore pieces from the front because I don't need to recut them. I just need to remove them at the last minute and set them in the new correctly cut lining and top fabric. Oh, yeah, I can't sew the other hip gore in because I cut that piece backwards, didn't I? Because this fabric has a right and a wrong side, and this is supposed to be the center back. Here's the center back, and this is the wrong side of the material because it's supposed to be up like this and not. Next. I could work. No, I could work on the mummy's necklace. What do we have to do for that? I need to finishing the edges of the flowers. The flower. And then I need to attach the flower, attach the light, the center of the flower, followed by finishing whip stitching the netting down trim. There's so much work. I hope it feels really good. Finish that finishing. No, of course not. I thought I was gonna have a whole bunch of channels and like in the home stretches of a corset, but through again the day where I'm like, oh, once I get this one part done, it'll be super easy, not realizing that we were stitch blocked before we hardly started. I knew I had more to treat. So where's I have one shirt. I'm going to sew bias trim for it. had somewhere a pile of trim that I'd already cut that I thought I was going to just sew together. What is wrong with what? Why is the world 5 degrees off? That's what I was looking for. Oh, I really am excited for that corset. Man, oh man. I keep thinking it's going to be straightforward and fast, and you know, I keep feeling that it's straightforward and fast. Maybe it's together now. What's everything together? What am I doing? Why is nothing is making sense today? Everything is just funny and off. I wish I'd pulled some just like flowers to sew or something. I can't think about it. We want the right around. There's the way that you clean the flowers to the top. And it just opens. Welcome to more straight line little fiddles. As we make the link up to out bias T. I took all the little triangles and extra bits and bobs from the top. Use the rotary tool to get 1-inch strips, about 1-inch-ish strips. And now we are sewing them all together. So use this for the finishing at the bottom hem around the hems of the shirt sleeve and to bottom. We are really doing so awesome today, making sure that we're sewing once and ripping nonce, but Susie the Ripper just really thought she should be the star of the show this weekend. Stealing all the limelight. How dare her. Tis the way things go in the same room sometimes. And we've made, 10, 5, 7, I don't even know. We've made quite a few corsets, and each one is different, and each one gets fluffed up differently, or causes some different consternation of a mind fuck of how do these pieces go together. And it's quite elegant in their straightforwardness. So it's again these old-fashioned things. The only one who fluffs them up is me. They're just right. Let me put this on. well, maybe my emotional support cat. Are we just... We are Mr. Singer's rejects, so the answer to that question makes us yes, you don't really need to answer that now. That's a beautiful. That is really nice. Why am I so vain that even me flopping up like a fool? I'm like, yeah, this is a good time. You're welcome. You're welcome, boys and girls. Sometimes it makes sense that angles and the geometry and other times. Alright, going right side to right side. I'm going to slowly take it, it doesn't matter. I'm not really backstitching because these little strips are so near out. We're just driving to one end and then returning to my original location. I'm calling it good. Dude. Fingers crossed when it comes to playing these with the bias finder attachment, everything just goes smooth and beautiful, but we're not there yet. I was just trying to think to myself, next, wouldn't it be fun if we tried to use all the little pieces and see if we could make enough bias binding to... Oh, wouldn't that be funny if we stitched it to get on itself and made a circle? So good, Venus. That would be so good. Very on brand, but we could do without that shenanigans. Yeah, let's see here, because we can get some bias binding. We'll bind the arms while it's flat. Do the gathering for the under the waist section. Side seams, bind the bottom. Finish the neckline. Call it a shirt. Right. Welcome to me talking about the order of operations so that I don't get lost and confused. I probably have enough to bind to. Right, let's set that there, throw you over to the side, bring back my lovely schmata here. Find where this leaves it. This whole bell section in my hand is the sleeve. Nope, wrong drawer. Gotta get my treasure box. This foot here going to hold the fabric and attach it to the other piece. And we're not the pattern. Okay, don't be lazy. We are having the shit show of all shit show. I'm probably looking right at it. It's, I don't know, this is fine. I just hear Alibaba like, no, Phoenix, you've got the right, it's right there, just don't be stupid. It's true. Because this foot, let me show you what happens here. This piece has a hole in the side. This piece has pokey part. You slide the pokey part into the hole and screw in the back. Voila. Attached. Now I have one homemade bobbin bias binding foot. Quite as usual. Set the box carefully to the side. Nothing wants to happen. Why is everybody doing just this? I just want to pick up my toys so I can keep them nice and not have anything happen to them. Why? Why am I being blocked from trying to do the right thing? Alright. Now, I'm going to feed I have the right side of the fabric. I'm going to carefully slide it and pull it through the foot. This is funny, I get it. You just have to do it. But everybody's got their own way. Just kind of aim for the back, and then as soon as you start to see it sliding down the far side, you just yank it. Like so. The hardest part with this bias binder foot is making sure that what you're stitching to is all jammed in and that you don't get your bias strip all twisty and kerfluffled or it won't attach. So, caffeinate, cross your fingers. Okay, gonna make sure I'm not gonna drag over our sleeve a bit. I'm just gonna go really slowly. should know where everything is. They're all matched up at the back. Nope, just see at the back here. Caught up, so I'm just going to free it. Again, we're going to resume. Great. Beauty waves, but oh, did we? Started out so good, and then I realized that we are going to be upside down with the bias teams. Here's how not to do things. The wrong side. Yeah, I get it. So again, gonna slide the edge through. This is a tool and push it through if you haven't all something to push it through the back. Because you also need to make sure that you have enough so it's actually sitting behind the presser plate. There we go. Now you can, if I move my hand out of the way. Here's the fabric sitting through. I'm just going to jiggle it because I need it to go around the outside of the spoon so that the new Russian fabric can fit on the inside of the spoon. I think everything's smashed. And again, we're going to resume very slowly and try not to fluff it up. Nope, let me move it. Huzzah! Because I was too lazy to change, and we've got white contrast, it shows up really nice. There's the edge, the bottom edge. And now we're just going to continue to go very slowly and be very mindful. Did I? Oh, no, there we go. Let's do that. You know, okay. I think I'm not going to unrip this. We're just gonna let this roll and see what happens. think we've done such a nice job with the bias binding, but I just don't have the heart to rip it out. I think I just bound over where we're gonna gather it in, but I think we can use that to our advantage. So I was gonna need to finish off that edge somehow. Oh. Fucked up is that I missed. I'm gonna unpick. I sewed bias binding to itself without touching the sleeve, which defeats the purpose. You've been crushing it, Phoenix. You've just been having one funny business after another funny business. You just start to think that we might actually have to handle this. No, you don't, sucker. I'm gonna try to roll it through. So I can ease it back to where I had to unpick. Not. This will work. This is gonna take a bit. Oh no. Let's see if this other trick is gonna work. I'm gonna take the foot off. See if I can slide it through. Hey, Freya Fruiters, look at you! Yeah? I know, we're having just one. We're having a barrel of kittens. No, I know. Oh, okay. So what I did was slid the whole fabric through the center slot so I can manipulate it to the outside seam where I need it. And move it back. Ease and manipulate. Ease and manipulate. Oh, that accomplished. Hold everything in place. Only get the foot reattached. So the binding strip already in the slot. And we're going to do much better about making sure that the fabric that we're trying to bind we're not attached up to the beat. After I do this next little bit of unpicking, we're gonna try this and see if I can combine both those pieces of knowledge. I'm gonna not unhook it, but we're gonna slide it through all the way to the back. Yeah, we are cool. Fascinating. All these people with their beautifully curated videos. This is all the shit that they do in the background. All the disasters that they hide from you. I don't have time for all that editing. Here you are. This is what's on the enjoy. Come on. We can get frustrated. Please. I give up. Oh my goodness gracious. Thanks everybody. We've had a shit show. I'm tired already. Maybe I'll kick that husband out and I'll sew some quietly by myself and we'll just record some quiet sewing something. We'll see. I want to be better for you and I'm not feeling it, so better to end the show early on a high note and continue to push forward when we know I don't think I'm going to be amusing, even to myself, and if I can't amuse myself, then we're not having it. So, thanks everybody for your little bit of time. We'll see what I do in the background, and maybe have some updates in places. Alright, have a good race. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. TTFN.